Hey friends, welcome back to my channel for another video. This is officially my 18-month lock update. Now listen girl, we're a little past 18 months, but I had to come and bring y'all this update because honey, I got some things I need to share with y'all because your friend, she has officially entered her lazy girl era. You heard me, child, she done been lazy with these locks, but I'm gonna tell you about it. Baby, let's talk about these lazy girl locks, okay? When the girls be talking about, oh, the locks are low maintenance, baby, these locks can be as low maintenance as you want them to be. Now, will they be impacted? Girl, mine was. I can't speak for nobody else, okay? Nobody. But these locks over here, honey, they've been showing out. So first and foremost, all of the things that I tell the girls not to do, she been just checking them off the list, okay? Everything I said not to do, your girl has been doing it. I'm like, why? That's why, okay? Life has been life and time has been getting away from me. Before I know it, girl, I look up 2-3 weeks be gone, okay? And these locks be over here dry, dusty, and busted. Let's start out with the washes. Because when I tell you about being lazy, when I say washes have become few and far between, the locks be stiff, they be standing up, girl. At some point, girl, I think these like some little wire strings, okay? Because they've been screaming for some H2O, a little shampoo, girl, a little conditioner. They've been asking for all of the things. And what she been over here doing? Living her life, walking around like she don't see these locks are dry. Dry. I have been stretching wash days a month. And honestly, there's no excuse for that. I need to get back to when I first started my lock journey, how things were going, because I have just derailed. And she is just over here in la la land, just la 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 la. I have been stretching my wash day. Even when I do wash my hair, I don't always braid and band. And let me tell you, my locks have been showing up and showing out. And I don't mean in a good way. Part, I would always braid and band my hair before I washed it. And then there have been like these one-off times that I have washed it and immediately braided and banded afterwards. But here lately, girl, I have been washing my hair and not braiding and banding at all. And when I tell you, we're going to talk about some bunching. All right. The bunching has gotten a little bit out of control, and that is what I am starting to see throughout my entire head. Now, there are some areas in the back, for the most part, a lot of the hair has locked, but there's a significant portion of my ends that are still loose and they're bunching. I am trying to move out of my lazy girl era. And in order for me to do that, girl, I got to go back to the basics. I am going back to my braiding and banding. I am going back to taking care of my hair. I'm setting some things in place to keep me on track, because right now your friend is just all over the place. Now, aside from me not washing my hair regular, I am dealing with this bunching. And as a result of the bunching, now I'm finding myself having to go back and correct a lot of the bunching. So I'm taking a small tooth or a rat tail comb and I am wetting the ends of my hair. And I'm just doing like a few at a time until I can tackle all of the bunching. Now, is this probably necessary? Probably not. But I will tell you, I don't want those fat end locks. What I'm noticing is where there has been some bunching and the lock has completely locked, the ends are fat. And what happens is when I get ready to retie my hair, it's pulling as that hole gets smaller or it's not wanting to go through. So in order to correct this before I get to that stage and all of my locks completely lock, I am making sure to go through and comb out those locks, and I am two-stranding that hair back together because I'm not feeling the look. 18-month update, girl. Let's just say in the past 18 months, when we talk about lazy girl era, let's just say nothing has happened in this 18, well, a lot has happened, but she ain't did nothing in these last 18 months. Nothing. These locks just have been over here just living their life, doing their own thing, out here in the wilderness, dry, girl, begging for some attention, thirsty. If you've been following me on TikTok, in July, you know that I did the 30 days of locks and looks. Hold on, let me start here before we go into the 30 days of locks and looks. Girl, why they hacked your girl page? Why my page no longer is mine? Girl done took it. TikTok don't care, honey. I'm emailing the people, and now the page just gone. Girl can't get the page back. Y'all, and I tell you, so discouraged because why? People, why are y'all like this? Girl, the page wasn't even monetized. You hear me? Girl, but I guess it was better than starting off at zero. So, yes, honey. If you see me the TikTok page, girl, don't even worry about it no more because they done took the page. I done emailed TikTok. I done submitted tickets, honey. I done did all the things. And the people over there is like, baby, we so sorry. You should have took all of the necessary precautions to secure your page and you didn't. So they done took it. They done took it, baby. So I have started a new page, although I have not posted on it. Just starting back at zero just seems a little bit discouraging. But girl, I know y'all didn't care to hear all of it. But anyway, I said that to say, when I say your girl hasn't been doing a lot with her locks, girl, I did the stylings, right? You saw me doing those things, but honey, we was already deep into the game before July came. So it got a little attention then because towards the end of July is when I began to do the retie and wash my hair and all of the stuff. Y'all know she ain't been washing. She got some bunching. But let's talk about these reties because, girl, the reties ain't been retying. I thought that your friend had last retied her hair 3 months ago. But when she went back through her Rolodex, her telephone, and she's like flipping through the pages looking for the last retie, girl, it's been 5 months. I was floored. Do you hear me? When I was looking at the new growth as I was doing the retie, I was like, baby, is this slippage? Because I know the hair ain't growing like that. The growth was growing. No, baby, it wasn't growing like that, honey. You ain't had no retie. You ain't had no retie in 5 months. And not only was I had so much new growth, girl, the hair at the base was starting to mat, okay? And the way I was having to gently pull this hair apart, the way that I was having to pull out my scissors, honey, and snip a few strands because the matting was next level. So I don't want nobody to say, oh, it's not that bad when you extend your reties. Girl, I don't know what kind of hair y'all got, and I need that in my life, okay? But the hair that I got, this predominantly 4C hair that I got, baby, girl, the locks was like at the base, at the roots, girl, real bad, girl. So, so since we are over here remedying all the issues and extending the reties, here's what I also found myself running up against: holes. Now, these are not the typical holes that you get from incorrectly retying your hair. These are holes from when your hair has kind of matted at the base a little bit and you have extended your retie so that hair is kind of tangled. And now you have your previous retie, a little tangled area, and then a fresh retie because the hair is not going all the way to the end to meet the up. I hope this makes sense. You know what? I'm going to insert a clip so that you can see what I'm talking about because it's like this fluffy area, tangled hair, but it's a hole because it's not retied and it's kind of puffy. And I had to take this smaller size crochet hook and kind of weave the hair through there to retie that hole so that it can close up and it would be secure, because what I was afraid of is that part of the hair becoming weak over time and breaking. Now, if that will happen, I don't know, but girl, I don't want to take no chances. So I've been dealing with that. Now, can we talk about some things that I don't like about Microlocs? Or y'all just love everything about y'all Microlocs? Y'all Microlocs perfect? Oh, okay. Mine ain't. So what I don't like is these balls at the ends. And I know that I've talked about this before, and I'm not talking about your hair has shedded and that loose hair has created a ball and it's like barely holding on so you can kind of like pull it off or snip it off. No, I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about where your ends are curly and you haven't been properly managing them, because I'm assuming that's what it is. And now it has that curl at the bottom has created this small ball where maybe it's the beginning of the lock process. Whatever it is, I don't like it. Okay? I don't like the way it looks. I don't like the way that it feels. Can I also say, as much as I love my locks, when they're dry, I don't like the way they feel all the time. They feel like some little ropes when they try. Like, so listen, do I love my locks? Girl, absolutely. Would I comb them out? Don't plan on it. But there are some days that I'm just not feeling the locks. I'm just not feeling them. They're just not giving me. And for those that are on this lock journey and they have loved every day of their journey, baby, kudos to you. So yes, girl, we are going back to the basics, okay? We are back to the basics with this hair, honey, my fashion, my faith, girl, these finances, all of the things. So if you want to follow me on this journey, then make sure that you tune in for my vlogs every Sunday. I will have a weekly vlog posted, and girl, we're going to get into all of the things. And we're going to talk about these locks, girl, because the locks are the star of the show. But there is more to me than these locks, and I do want to share those things with you. I hope that you enjoy that type of content, and I want to hear from you. So share with me some things that you would like to see from me here on this channel. All right, friends, thank you for tuning in. As always, I love you and God bless. Bye.